Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts. Our mastermind session is going to take place at 1 o'clock. Now, things have changed. If any of you are in boot camp and you have any specific questions, please, this is your time. Any questions at all, just type them in the chat, whether it's help with your profile. You're trying to figure out how to do a search. The thing is, every time you blink, something has changed. And classic example, I just bought my wife a new iPhone. She had an iPhone 13, and they offered her a free upgrade to a 16, and everything's different. You have to look around. You know what you're looking for. It's not too difficult to find what you're looking for, as long as you know what you're looking for. But in addition to that, LinkedIn is making changes. Facebook is making changes. And for the last 2 months, we've been emphasizing the importance of posting when you make a connection with somebody. And because posting is such an important part of the relationship building process, in our March boot camp, we're adding Instagram, because that will enable you to get a little extra bounce. Now, recent changes on LinkedIn, in some ways, are going to make it easier to connect with people. As a matter of fact, in the March boot camp, we're going to be talking to everybody about using it for free without paying for it. But in our first session of boot camp, I noticed they made one really significant change. You know, the texting feature that social networks have that enable you to communicate with other users. Well, LinkedIn used to have a Zoom feature built in. Only now it's not there anymore. So what does that mean? Well, there are a number of ways to talk to your prospects. Facebook has got it built in, and LinkedIn, they've taken it out, but they're going to put something back. And we just have to wait for them to do it. For those of you that use Skype, well, Skype is shutting down in May. You're going to need to come up with another way to communicate with people. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to one thing: communication. So in our upcoming boot camp, we're going to share with all of you how you can use LinkedIn for free. Now, let me look over here in the question box. Okay. I told you, Joe. All right, let me do that. Um, let me pop over here. I'm going to log out of my account. Oops. Hey, Joseph, I unmuted you. Now, good morning.
This is amazing. And people are still somebody I haven't heard from in probably 20 years responded back to one of the posts that you did that we did.
I told you.
Amazing. Wish we did it this sooner.
Well, yeah, okay. Remind me, what's the email address you used to log into your account?
Sayer.
That's all I need.
Okay.
So,
For everybody that's on the call, you should sign up for next private tutoring. It's amazing. We did it many years ago, and I wish I continued it, and now I'm back.
well, but here's the thing I want you to understand, that everything that you did years ago, none of it's gone to waste. Because everybody we connected with last time, you're still connected with them. So now, just and I think we looked at, okay, so let's do this. Right? Whoops, no, let's go over here to your network really quick. So you've got an abundance of people that you're already connected to. So let's go over to your message area.
And I think 4 or 5 people responded back from what we did yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's kind of break it down. We come back over here to your network. Let's see who. So these are people that reacted since yesterday. Let me pull up my little scripts. Okay, so I've got these handy. Okay, so this person here reacted. Let's see. All right. So again, we reached out to somebody, and so this was somebody that you had somehow connected with, and let's just take a quick peek.
I think that this person reached out to me,
Mm-hmm.
and then we reconnected with them.
Right. So first, again, they're going to keep urging you to verify your account. So let's take a look at. Okay, so you've only been connected. So this is a recent connection. All right. So now what you're going to do here is, because you're going to get real busy. People are going to accept your connection requests right away. So just to move the entire process along, to save you time, you send them the second message. As a matter of fact, you could send the second message with, now he says, how are you? Okay. So, pleasure to connect with you. Just pop that over. So we're gonna go down the list here of everybody that's new. Check on the message. So this person is trying to sell you something. So we're gonna just forget about him. Let's go down to the next one. All right, so we sent him yesterday, we sent him the second message. And we'll come down here. So if you don't see your first message, meaning you reached out to him, then it's a high probability that he reached out to you. So he's a network marketing professional. So we sent him the second message. And you can come in here, you can do this in minutes. And all we're doing here is we're acknowledging
There's a few more notifications on top that I think those people responded back.
all right, we're gonna get to those. So now we're going to ignore this and we're just going to hit them with the second message. We're confirming it. All right, now let's come over to the message area. Now he saw this. So we just sent this to him. You can tell he saw it, but people aren't necessarily going to answer you. So at this juncture, we look at his profile. The most important thing that you want to know about everybody that you're going to talk to is, what do you do? What do you do? Now you can look at his profile and you can tell all the things he's doing wrong from the standpoint of trying to build a business. Lead generation. Now, in this boot camp, I'm going to introduce everybody to a new strategy and a new group of prospects that are going to help all of you build your business faster. And we're talking about, he's a virtual assistant. So this is somebody, now when he says he's open to work, it means he's either looking for people to work for, or he's looking for a new position. So we come down here. So he does targeted lead generation expert. Well, so are you. only we refined it. So what we want to do, come down here and see. He's a lead generation expert. And he's been doing it for almost 3 years. So he's working for other people to get them leads. And the general approach is going to be, most of the lead generation experts that I meet on LinkedIn are also working with a network marketing company to generate a side income. See, everything that he's doing is income generated off of his daily activity. If he's working with a client, he gets paid for what he does. Network marketing, he makes a sale, it duplicates, and it continues to make money for him. And so many of you have struggled with having to reach out to professionals like chiropractors, nurses, who clearly need to generate some extra income. But they're not all that social media savvy. And how badly they want to generate income is going to determine how much time they're going to put into learning about it. This guy, man, he's already got that down. So all we have to do with somebody like this is show him, in addition to helping people find leads, why not spend an hour or two a day? You're going to teach them how they can build a network marketing business, reach out to people. And a group of people that's going to be real open to what he's talking about are going to be other virtual assistants. So what we're going to do with this person here, so we don't lose track, because we've got a tactic, is first we're going to come up here, we're going to star him. We'll take the star off. Now, he saw it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop over here. We're going to send him a moving image. Future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Then, now, hope you enjoy them. But we got a live conversation going on right now. So, one of the first questions, every time you see somebody with the open to work frame, that's the question. Why do you have the open to work frame? Is he looking for a new career, or is he looking for clients? Now, this is where natural conversations take place. So look at his profile. Lead generation. Let's see, what did he do before? Now he's entrepreneurial. Looks like he started his own business. 2019, data collection specialist, data entry. Goes back to 2018. So since 2018, eight years. I run an agency. I have a team. for you. Every time somebody writes back to you, we don't have to think about the next question we're going to ask. I have an agency and I've got a team. How big is your team? So where do we want to go with this? What prompted you to get into this business? Another thing, another way to do it would be, because he does business to business. He finds leads for people. So have you worked with many network marketing professionals to help them get leads? What do you know about the network marketing business model? As long as we keep the conversation focused on him, there we go. I mean, we could, believe it or not, we could literally spend the next 20 minutes. In fact, I think I'm going to do it. We're going to, okay, 10 to 12 minutes. We do big projects. So, lead generation, business to business. Really, I love this.
Yeah, as far as I sort of skip tracing, that's a real estate deal.
I'm the owner and the CEO. So that's the question. But we want to have a little conversation, right?
Right.
So we could say, managing 12 minutes.
Seems like he's overseas somewhere.
So do you work with many people in network marketing? And now we'll go back. We'll look at his profile. Now he's in Bangladesh. You probably should have looked at that before. Okay. So unless your company does business, he's not exactly a prospect. And the sooner you identify that, so let me ask you a question. Does your company do business in Bangladesh?
Do business all over the world.
Okay.
I'm not sure
Okay.
Bangladesh is one of them, but I can find out.
Right. Okay. Okay. So we asked them. Now, anytime you want to keep somebody's attention, just take your cursor, put it in here, and just hit the enter button a couple of times. So he thinks you're writing back. Okay, so now we asked him a question. You work with many people in network marketing. I think challenge. Okay, so let's find out. The question, do you work with many people in network marketing? He didn't answer that. They don't answer it. You're going to ask it again, but we're going to use. We just got to have to ask it ask it a different way. So why'd you get into this kind of business? Now, what we're going to do in our next coaching session is you're getting these things going. I'm going to jump in. And initially, I'm going to start moving these conversations along. You're going to get, you're going to pick up the initial conversation start. And then we're going to move these questions along, or we're going to move these conversations along to where we've qualified them. We've identified a need. Now, he doesn't have a need. But just because he doesn't have an obvious need doesn't mean he couldn't be a prospect. So when you're talking to somebody that has an obvious need, the question would be, when we know enough about him and his experience, we could transition the conversation over to talking about the business by saying, many people today, Riaz, that have your experience working with people, managing people, we've learned a lot about them in conversation or by reading their profile. So we can pull that information together and we can say, many of the people that I work with on LinkedIn that are in your line of work have additional side hustles working with a network marketing company. What network marketing companies are you working with? Now, language is constantly changing. And in my age, when someone uses the word hustle, it for years always had a negative connotation. But if you're going to be hip, you have to adjust. You have to use modern day language. So side hustle today is not anything bad. So if he is in the lead generation business, and many of the people that I work with in the lead generation business are also generating a side income working with a network marketing company, what companies have you worked with? And if they come back and they say, well, I don't know anything about network marketing, then you come back and you say, when I use the term network marketing, I'm referring to companies like Amway, New Skin. If you're talking to a woman, you could say Avon and Mary Kay, although they're not network marketing companies, they're more direct sales companies, but it gives people a concept of what you do. On the other hand, at the same time, there's a lot of people walking around that have negative attitudes about network marketing or Amway. And so you have to take that into consideration but you want to know. And so depending, so we're trying to keep the conversation on him. And what you're going to find is when you write to people, if they don't know what to say, they don't write back. So he's making his pitch. And he could be, what do I say? Now, all right, so let's get the conversation back on him. Now, you want to get his attention? Let's send that over first. Now, if he doesn't write back, then we could use a GIF, an emoji. So we'll come over here. So we'll go with this. Wait a minute. We'll take this away.
He's typing.
Yep. Now, what you can do is you could find out if your company does business in Bangladesh. But this is the way it works. And so what's going to happen, let's come over here and look at notifications. Okay. Okay. So this person here reacted to your post. Now, the way LinkedIn is set up, you could go over here and do it. Or you go down here to your posts and activity, and you can see it all here. So we put this up, and this is a little bit better. 18 impressions means that 18 people that you're connected to saw it, but you don't know who they are. But one person liked it. So this is Jim. Is Jim somebody you know?
Yes.
Oh, so you know him. Okay,
Yeah, we haven't connected in probably 20 or 30 years, so
perfect. It's amazing how this works, isn't it?
yes.
Okay, so you're reaching out. So you reached out. You made this post. Somebody that you haven't talked to in 20 or 30 years responded. So, and he just thumbs up. So let's look at his profile. Now, his settings are off because if he's got a picture, he certainly isn't showing it. Let's look at his activity. He's not the most active. He just started working here 3 years. All right. So what we do, we send him a message. So as far as conversations are concerned, wish you a happy birthday. Congratulations on your work anniversary. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use, again, a script. First, whoops, over here to downloads. You do this with everybody. So first, we're going to send him that. Now, you've been connected to him for a while. So the script is going to be, I recently started sending motivational messages like these to my friends on LinkedIn and hope you enjoy them. Now, what we could do so nice to hear from you. Now, because you know him, hope that you've been well. What's new in your world? So we send that. Now, the beauty of this approach is most of the time when you're talking to somebody and you ask them a question, they answer it, and then they're going to come back and ask you the same question. What's new in your world? And so what's new in your world, and we'll come up, I mean, it's going to be different with everybody. But ultimately, what we're going to say is and depending on how long we've had the internet business, we could say because of expanded bandwidth, I have an internet business that has really taken off, and it's doing so well that I expect to retire next year. And then we go back and ask him a question. That's all you have to say. And they're going to come back and they go, so what's this? What's it really? What's this internet business? And because you didn't bring it up, they reacted to a post, the reaction to the post. And this is one of the reasons why we're going to be really into Instagram, because one of the things that Facebook is really good for is that reaction. You change your picture. I mean, it's pushed in front of everybody. And that's an easy way for people to start a conversation. You change your picture. People that you knew from 20 years ago like it. Mary, I'm glad you like my picture. How have you been? We haven't talked since high school. I hope you've been well. What's new? What are you doing? They will come back and tell you, and then they're going to ask you, well, what's new with you? Mary, things are really, really great. I have as a result of my fast-growing internet business, I'm already planning on retiring next year. And this is the important part, you don't continue to tell them about your internet business. What you do is you come back and ask them, how are the kids? How's your business? What's going on in your world? And that's going to separate you from all the other network marketers that are out there. So, what I want you to do is, continue right along this path. And it doesn't, and see the other part of this that's very important to realize is you don't have to answer people right away. When somebody writes back to you, you could come back to them 2 weeks later. Time disappears. That's why, when we talked about it yesterday, about a third of the people that you're connected to, and let's see, how long have you been connected to him? You've been connected to him since 2018, but you've never talked to him. So this is a process that these initial conversations, that you're only 2 or 3 back and forth messages to where you learn enough about what they're doing to where you know what their needs are, what their concerns are, and whether or not they're really a prospect for your business. Now, and I know, I can almost hear it going in the back of your mind. You kind of mentioned it. The last time, imagine if the last time we worked together, we nailed this. Think about where you'd be today. I'm not trying to, yeah, yeah.
No, you're right.
But the thing is, but here's the thing. Some of these features didn't exist back then. So it's not, for example, I work with a lot of people that were coaching students in, 2014, 2015. Well, LinkedIn only added the live chat feature in 2016, but they never really got it working and accepted until, 2019, 2020. LinkedIn is always adding things. But the beauty of everything that and you've got 4,700 people that you're already connected to. And once we start posting, and I sent you in those case studies.
I saw those this morning.
Right. So in the one with Sam, those are the ones that the money ones, which is, so you want to start posting things, quotes from people that have a reputation in finance. You could do Warren Buffett. You could come up here and say, because that's different. Making money experts. Okay, so you got a bunch of them right here. You got Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch. So what you do,
For you, if we use Max GBT, would that answer some of the questions? Give me ideas if you're not available and to answer back?
well, actually, what you can do is you can go over, well, Max GBT will give you some ideas, or you go over to, did I put it over here? You could go over to Max GPT, and these are, you could ask the question here. It's like, for example, there you go. And we got the same thing if we went over to, because they're all connected. Okay, and then what you do is we pop over here and we do Warren Buffett quotes. And we go to images. And so you could take any one of these. Now, when you copy these, you don't copy them from here because they'll be fuzzy. And every time you see someone has posted something and the image is fuzzy, it's because that's what they did. I'll give you an example. If I copy the image, and then we come back over here, and you could paste it in here. All right, now let's click on this, and this is what you get. Let's come back over here and just click on it once. That moves the image over here. Right click, copy the image. paste it in here. Send it. Look at the difference. When you click on it, this image is bigger. It's clear. So you always, whenever we're doing this, where did I go? Let me go back over here. Looks like I locked myself out of when I clicked on it, I clicked off out of your account. So, but that basically gives you all the idea of how it works. And I've got, let me slide this over here. Now, during our 1 o'clock slideshow, how do I roll a chiropractor that always failed? This is really a terrific story. And I think I sent this to you, but for everybody else, I'm going to be sending it out this weekend. This is a good friend who, for 10 years, he's a chiropractor, and he's been in network marketing for 10 years. Prior to getting into network marketing, he always had a negative attitude about it. So here's the story. I was completely against network marketing for many years. I was originally thinking about getting into Amway when I was 18. But my brother-in-law was strongly against it because of his experience and warned me not to do it. He said that he lost a lot of money doing it, ended up with a garage full of soap. So I never did. Then 10 years ago, my son approached me about how a network marketing company that he was involved with. He got me on the phone with one of the top earners in the company. Now, the top earner in the company that he was on the phone with was a good friend and a coaching student of mine. We worked together in 2014. Now, he had been in network marketing for years, never had any results, never had any luck. And then after working with me, in 3 years, he built a team of about, I think it was 15,000 people. Now, 9 years late, no, what? A few years later, his son gets Bob, who's the chiropractor, on the phone with my other student. This is where he got me on the phone with one of the top runners in the company. When I told him how I felt about it, he said something that was life-changing for me. He said, when you want to learn about something new, you have three options to learn about it. One, you could talk to someone that tried it but was never successful. Two, you can talk to someone that knows nothing about it. Or three, you could talk to someone about it that was very successful. Who would you listen to? And Bob went, oh my God. I was basing my negative opinion on my brother-in-law's experience, and he hasn't been successful in anything that he's done. So I read a few books about network marketing, did some checking on the company that my son wanted me to join, and I got involved. That was 10 years ago. Today, I have a team of 30,000 people in my business around the world, have made millions of dollars, and have helped other chiropractors become very successful too. What's your story? And what follows is a classic textbook example of how you're going to reach out to people. First message, second message, all the way to signing them up in the business. Now, every one of you is heading down the same road. And Joe, it doesn't matter that you're doing it now, okay? I mean, now is the time. Everything that you've done up to now has prepared you for what you're about to go through. And the exciting part is you see how fast it works. The key is to quickly identify the people that you want to continue to talk to, distinguish them from the people that you just need to stop talking to, because you got so many people to talk to. As soon as you realize someone is not a good prospect for your business, stop talking to them and reach out to somebody new. So have fun this weekend. You know what you need to do. And, in our next session, we'll just start, picking this up. It's going to go very fast for you because you have a nice mix of people that you're already connected to. For those of you that are just getting started, it goes fast too. You saw what happened when he was talking to somebody brand new. You pick out the right people, you are on your way to outrageous success. And the last thing, on Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to finish up with 3 of my coaching students. So I'm going to have room on my schedule for 3 more people. Joe, would you recommend it?
Totally.
Hey,
I just got another response back too, so it's amazing for spending an hour and a half with you yesterday to all the responses today. It's unbelievable.
yeah. Well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to convert some of those responses into sales. And before the end of the month, I'm going to be able to talk about you and sharing your success with other people, how you're doing it, because you're going to be an inspiration, to a lot of people. So we'll be back at
Well,
1.
can I just throw something in, folks? I'm 69 years old and I'd like to retire, and this is going to be my opportunity. Thanks, Max.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, I know it's going to happen. And the exciting part is I'm going to be able to play a small role. My job is to show you what's possible. Once you get it, once you understand it, the world is your oyster. And you're going to be amazed at how quickly this whole process goes. So, folks, I will be back at 1 o'clock for a mastermind session and our upcoming boot camp. A lot of new things. So until next time, best of luck in building your